Hey y'all, it's Sade and welcome back to my channel, All Things Maternal. I wanted to do this video because I wanted to talk about how sometimes we relive our abuse, and when you relive the abuse, sometimes it's difficult to get from that place. And so I just wanted to come on here to encourage you guys and talk about healing. Why it's important that we seek help and receive the help that we need so that we can become the best versions of ourselves. All right, so before I get started, if this is your first time coming to my channel, I started this YouTube to talk about my abuse. I was molested by my mom at the age of 3 or 4, and I did not realize that other women or other people in general had experienced this, because I didn't realize that it was common to be abused by your mom too, in a sexual sense. I hear a lot about, fathers abusing their sons sexually or their daughters sexually. But from what I had seen at that point, now I've since been proven wrong, because I do know it's other YouTube channels and other information out there for people who have experienced maternal sexual abuse. But I did not know that before coming to YouTube. So I came to YouTube to get my story out there, to help others. And I was met with a ton of love, and I thank you guys. And I'm sorry that some of you have had similar experiences. My heart goes out to you. So let's talk about it, y'all. Reliving the abuse. So I wrote down some things. I'm gonna go back and forth from my computer to my phone here. But when I would relive my abuse, y'all, it would prevent me from healing and keep me in a place of stagnation, because for many years I was so mad at my mom, and I was focused on the person who abused me instead of focusing on my healing. Now, I'm not saying that to say what my mom did is right, because listen, by all means, what she did was wrong, okay? And if you have been molested as a child, that was wrong. That was unfair to you. So I'm not saying what she did was right. But what I'm saying is it was wrong of me, as I got older, to focus solely on what she did and not necessarily my healing. Let's talk about it. So because I wallowed in victimhood, y'all, I planned my entire life around it. I always put myself into situations in which I became the victim, okay? And I was afraid to genuinely show up as myself and interact with people and put myself out there, because I was afraid of being hurt. And because I was afraid of being hurt, I didn't show up as myself. And when I did not show up as myself, I only gravitated to people who didn't show up as themselves either. So that's abusive types of personalities, other people who were codependent like me, narcissistic type of people, and just all kinds of evil. And in hindsight, I could see that with each new environment I would enter, I would shut down and just sort of like assess the situation, do a quick do, however long it took me to assess the situation. And then I would try to show up in a way that got me accepted in that situation. Now, it didn't always work out for me. Hell, most of the time it didn't, because it would result in me getting rejected. Okay? Rejected. So let me tell you just about one brief little thing, right? So when I was in the 9th grade, we moved to the other side of town. And before 9th grade, I had been with the same kids like my whole life, from elementary school up until, 9th grade. So I had known these folks 8, 9 years, however long, I don't know. Yeah, kindergarten, yeah, whatever, 9 years. But I had known these folks this long, and so I go to this new school. Y'all, I put absolutely no effort into making friends. I purposely sat by myself, didn't really talk to anybody for months. And I was a loner the whole second semester of my 9th grade year. And I would go home and I would feel so hurt and just be so depressed, to the point where that's when I tried my best to fit in with the in crowd. And so I would try to dress like them, try to talk cool like they did, y'all, and they still rejected me. I used to be sad, y'all, depressed, and pretending to be happy. I used to be hurt inside, y'all. But I used to hide it behind jokes, and a lot of it was self-deprecating jokes. You ever made a joke at your own expense and people laughed, and then you thought about it in hindsight? I just ultimately disrespected and slandered myself. You know, that's how you know something's wrong. When you speak about yourself in a very negative way, that's low self-esteem coming from the inside and seeping out. And that's what I did. I would use a self-deprecating sense of humor, and I struggled with that for a very long time. Even sometimes now I still find myself. I was at work the other day and somebody had said something. She was on the tinier side than I am. I'm about 190, and she was like, she told me she wanted some hips like me, and I told her, well, you just eat you a couple honey buns if you want to get fat. And I realized after the fact, I just called myself fat. Now, by society standards, you see all that? By society standards, I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm fat, if that's what you want to call me. But that's not the most important thing about me. That's outward stuff. What's more important is what goes on in the inside. And so, to try to sum all this up, I had to seek the help to fix my inside so that I could feel good about myself enough to show up as myself. And because I did, it even encouraged me and gave me the strength to start this YouTube channel. Otherwise, I wouldn't have did it. I want to start this YouTube channel. Heck no. Because I felt too ashamed. I felt too alone. And that's what the devil does. He wants us to feel shame and to feel alone in our pain. So we never get that we never get the healing that we need. And then we gravitate, I can't even talk. Then we gravitate towards people who hurt us, or you go the other route, the more narcissistic route, and you hurt people just to get some type of retribution for the abuse that you experienced as a child. Y'all, it ain't fair. It's not fair. Remember, when you don't show up as yourself, you will attract people and gravitate towards people who don't show up as themselves too. Stop reliving the abuse. Stop doing that. Your abuser does not deserve that form of respect and stuff from you, because when you do that, you're making it seem like the most important moment in your life. Listen, the most important moment in my life was not the night that my mom molested me. The most important moment in my life was when I gathered the strength to go get help, when I decided to pick myself up off the ground and go get help. Find me somebody to talk to who cared, not somebody who wanted to abuse me. And so I just want to sum all this up right quick. I did start a YouTube channel. For those who are Christian, please subscribe to my new YouTube channel. It's called Let's Talk About Demons. And as far as this channel, All Things Maternal, y'all, if this video resonated with you in any way, please like, comment, share it with others. Let's get the word out there. We are not alone in our experience. Let's heal together. Let's stop reliving our abuse. Let's stop being angry at our abusers and channel that anger into healing. All right? I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.